In 1993, wireless was actually a brand new technology. Okay, there were only 34 million cellular customers in 1993. There's 4.5 billion today, so it's been more than 100x. But in 1993, I was covering wireless because it was considered a somewhat marginally important sector. And the reason people didn't think much of wireless, I mean, it's obvious today that wireless is huge, but the reason people didn't think of much of it back then was the average money manager was in his 40s, and to him, cellular phones looked like an expensive toy. In fact, they were called yuppie toys. The criticism was, look, cell phones are expensive, they're staticky, they don't do much. In fact, all you could do was place calls. But more importantly, they thought cellular phones were essentially going to become free because in their minds, the most important business was telecom. Everybody wanted to be a long-distance company or a local exchange company or enterprise, and cellular was actually a way to defend those businesses. Me being 20 years old and covering wireless, and I was very fortunate to actually be given a sector so young, I saw it as a huge quantum leap in utility, and I think that gave me a big advantage. In fact, during the more than 14 years covering wireless, I was ranked number 1, 2, or 3 by Institutional Investor every year. So I feel very fortunate to have been given a sector at that time, but it really sets us up, I think, to understand what's happening with crypto. Because to me, wireless and the internet in the 90s was very much a generational change that people 20 years older than me simply just didn't understand. And I think that's the same thing that's happening with digital assets and blockchain today.